So down on this particular lake, the fish favour a far margin. And as you get on quite a few lakes, the far margin in question is one that you're not allowed to fish from. You can fish to, but not from. So no bivvying up round there, not even any stalking. The fish travel up and down that a lot. And I went round earlier with the Polaroids on, and the fish were within well, in fact, they were touching the bank. They couldn't be any closer, clouding up and so on. One of the things that stood me in really good stead in the past, on a lot of lakes that I've been to, is the old-fashioned tight line in the washing line trick. So for anyone who's not familiar with that, I'll give you the basic gist of it, but it's very, very simple. A lot of people think, oh, it's too much, it's too complicated. It's not, and it's a huge edge. And all you really need is something like this, a bank stick, and to this bank stick I've fitted a line clip, and all we're going to do is walk round, position our rig, and then clip the main line into this clip, and then come back to the rod and tighten it right up so it's bowstring tight and key outside the water. So the line runs maybe a foot or so above water level all the way across to this stick, and then a slack bit of line down to the trap that you laid in the edge by hand, a little bit of bait, so a slack bit of line like that, and when you get a bite it just pulls out there and you get a slacker at the rod end where the bobbin just hits the floor and you're in. It's a really effective tactic, and just to give you a little bit of an idea what I'm going to do, first of all I'm going to cast the rod across to the far bank with a lead, just a little light lead, it's only 40 yards or so, and then when I get round there I'll locate the lead, cut the lead off, tie on a rig, lower it into position in the edge, clip it to the stick. So that's the process for the, it's not my tactic, it's a well-known one that's been written about a lot, but it's for this situation is absolutely perfect. So I'm going to give it a go. Well, there you go, first bite on the deck. If he comes in, it'll be fish number 5 in 24 hours, which is very, very pleasing. The most interesting thing about this is that 24 hours, nothing, and I moved it 7 foot to the right. They kept wanting to go there, and within an hour, probably less than that, there's a nice mirror on the end. It just shows how critical you've got to be. I knew there was something wrong with it. They just didn't want to come all the way around that tree. And in the end, I got in the water, waded round the tree and put it where they wanted to sit. And that has made the difference in probably 45 minutes after 24 hours with nothing. Isn't it amazing? It's a nice looking mirror. Putting up a good account of himself under the rod tip. It might be a 20 pounder, he's a nice long one. Beautiful looking fish. Some big boils coming up. Oh yeah, he's a nice one. Yeah. Oh yeah, come on baby. Oh, got ya. Now that just proves the old saying that if you think something's not right, redo the rod. If you think you should have had a bite, redo it. And a little bit of a reassessment, literally from me to there, has made the difference that quickly. Let's get him out and see what we got. Well, repositioning the rig on the bank stick trap paid off 40 minutes or so after doing it, after 24 hours with nothing. That tells you something. The result is an absolutely gorgeous linear, staggered linear mirror carp, which I'll lift up for you in just a sec. It's probably about 27, 28 pounds. Very long, very wide, amazing looking fish. All right, mate. There we go. Now that is what we came for, and that is what the Valley Lake at Frying's famous for. This guy was caught in less than 2 feet of water. Incredible. Thank you, you've made my day. Thank you for springing my carefully laid trap after many hours of frustration. You were worth waiting for, weren't you? Thank you. Yes, awesome. Love that moment when they just power off down, disappearing inch by inch into the gloom. Yeah, that's given me a proper buzz, that has. Morning guys, managed one last night, and it wasn't the bountiful night I was hoping for, but did get one on the deck from the far side. So just going to show you how I simulate that that action that I've been getting, because that was a 20-pound common in the night, and obviously that big linear yesterday, so a couple of good fish fall into that trap. So I just want to show you exactly how I go about getting it set. Got rod and reel in my hands, I've got the rig, just a short leader. Going to show you in a separate section rigs and bait, but just got a short leader and a light lead, and what I would do is from my position I will cast that across to the other side. So we're going to fake the cast, there you go, across to the other side, and then I will put it onto a bite alarm like so. Open the clutch, then I'll walk over to the other side to get the rig. I'll take a bit of bait with me. So round on the opposite bank we locate our rig, or you can cast over a bare lead and then tie your rig on, which is actually what I usually do, but this is just for the purpose of demonstration. So you're going to locate your rig, put a bait on it, and then you're going to lower it down into the margin where you want to put it. So we'll just put it there right on the shelf of the margin, the pretend margin. And then the important thing is your line is lying slack up the bank. And you can see that I've popped it into a clip there. Now there's only a couple of foot of tackle in the water. We're clipped into this, this is a Solar strong arm clip. They're the best ones. I have them fitted to my rods and they're just brilliant. But this one is inverted, fitted facing up with the pole with a cable tie. Absolutely invaluable bit of kit. So having done that, the rig's in position. I'll take my little bucket of bait, put a little bit of bait on top. You don't need a lot. The more you put in, the more it will look like a trap, which we don't want. And then I'll walk back round the other side to the rod and reel. So having got the rig in position and clipped it to the stick, we then come back to the rod and reel and bite alarm on the other side of the lake, and or river or canal. You could use this anywhere as long as you can get back across. So what I'm going to do now is turn the spool to tighten the line, and it should go all the way across the lake tight to the clip. The idea is to have all of your line out of the water, so keep on tightening it up until it's above the surface film. Having done that, clip on a bobbin, turn on your alarm. I have it on maximum sensitivity. The reason being that when you get a bite, all you're going to get is a drop back, and I'll show you how that works next. So let's look at what happens when we get a bite. Just one thing to mention, you know, I'm simulating this on dry land obviously so you guys can see what's going on, but sometimes if you have trouble with the line popping out of the clip prematurely, then I'll put a little sprig of grass or a little tiny piece of stem under there just to stop that happening, because you want to crank a bit of tension into the line. So the fish is feeding, it picks up the rig, and as the fish bolts, you can see it's super tight here and very, very slack here, which is what we want. As the fish bolts, it pulls off and you get a good indication of drop back at the rod end. And that is the tactic I've been using.